but maybe it's not racism. Maybe you just suck. You're not gonna like this, but maybe it's not racism. Maybe you just suck. Maybe you don't have to work 2 times harder than white people. Maybe you just need to work 2 times harder than you've ever worked in your entire life. Maybe you didn't get the job because you just weren't the right fit. Maybe you didn't get the promotion because sometimes someone else moved differently than you behind the scenes. Maybe they don't like you, not because of your race, but because your personality could use some work. Maybe you talk.
She's telling the truth. Time and time again, we have people we work with and people that we just hear on a daily basis about they can't get this job or they can't get that. And people are playing this victim mindset where it's always about the white man and they can't move up. And a lot of times, if they look closer to the mirror and reflect on themselves, it could be their attitude or the way they, or maybe they may be a lazy worker. Who knows? But a lot of times it'd be the people that complain the most. We have the most things that's internally wrong with them. And then they quick to throw this thing off on, oh, it's the white man and things in that nature, always trying to make it racism, always oppress. This mindset, this oppressed mindset, we feel like it's always another race that's holding us back. We are own oppressor. The most oppressed people on this earth, it seems to be us. So some may say, but I don't think so, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm gonna let it cook.
Talk more than you listen. Maybe you're just not that easy to be around right now. And that's not demeaning. Because if it is you, you can change that. If it's racism, then you're stuck waiting for somebody else to fix the world. But if it is you, you can grow and improve. And that's not shame. Knowing that your excellence isn't limited by your race, but only by your effort, that's one of the most freeing realizations that you'll ever have. But if that offends you, that's probably because you're offended by the fact that you'll have to work really hard. And if that bothers you, then maybe you just don't deserve what excellent people get.
Shit, toes on mindset, oppressive mindset, and they keep talking about the slavery thing like as if they've been through it. So they always had this mindset where they've been through this. Oh, we've been slaves this much. Not one of us have any experience though. In these days and times, we haven't been. We might be going through it mentally, but physically, we haven't experienced none of that. We're just hanging on to our parents or our grandparents and grandparents, parents. They've been here. We've been hearing stories about that. And yes, there was some horrific times back then, but we're not going through that no more. For so much social media and computers and technology nowadays, how is that? It's not an excuse for you to prepare yourself and pull yourself up by the bootstraps and stop blaming a specific race. If you're not applying yourself, then you're not even really striving to be something that you really want to be. But anyway,
I want to ask black folks something. Why do y'all want to be oppressed so bad? Why do y'all want to experience the slavery mentality? I don't give a fuck about slavery. I've never been a slave and I don't plan on being one. I'm not going to drag the chains of my ancestors into my life. The generational curses stop here. The slave mentality stop here. Because to be honest with you, I've never been oppressed. I've never been held back. I've never been hurt by anybody white. You know who I've been hurt the most by? Held back? And people that have stopped me from gaining things were people that look like me.
Fatality.
I got it. Shots fired. She said it the best. The most people that hold her down or feel like that they're so oppressed as our own people. and we the most victim mindset of people that on the face of this earth. And some of you may agree, and some of you, you know what I'm saying, some of you don't. But oh well. That's just how it is, time after time, year after year. For the last so many years, at least since I've been born, it's been, and I used to have that mindset. I always been conditioned where I was hanging around a certain group, and it was always the white man, he can't do nothing. Yeah, man, yeah. It's the same old, man. Same song and dance. We just keep going and putting it in our head and just keep poisoning ourselves, but it's the same people. But if you realize, it's more white people that's in worse living conditions than we are. We're living better than them and some of the white people. But we don't want to talk about in those conditions, though. This is just poor mindset. This poor mindset.
I only been oppressed by my own people. And that's the sad part. They want you to turn a blind eye to their cruelty to us, their own people. I've never been hurt or held back by anybody white. I only been hurt and held back by the people that look like me. Let that sink in. Call me a bootlicker all you want, but you ain't gonna call me a liar. I just want to ask black folks something.
I'm definitely ain't gonna call you a liar because you speaking straight facts, and I applaud on that. And she's nowadays a lot of people are not really going off of merit anymore. They're just going off of things where they feel like, oh well, they don't like me because I'm black. They don't like me because it's, and if you a good person, a good fit for the job, then they're going to give you the job as granted. They know the lazy ones. They know the ones who complain too much. They know the ones who take the most breaks. They know the ones who just, got a bad attitude and that stuff and that nature. And this is, I'm speaking like on within the workforce. These people just feel like they're entitled to any and everything when they're probably the most laziest people you'll probably ever meet. And I feel like these two ladies, and I'm about to play this guy here where he's giving his spiel on it. And hey, if this means removing my black card, then hey, shit, tenfold. You can just go ahead and just keep mine anyway, because you get tired of living in conditions, and when you remove yourself from that, you can kind of see yourself, unleashing and unshackling your mind from toxic mindset. And it's crazy, man, because most of the people that keep talking like that is the one that's going to keep being in this victim mindset. But anyway, I'm going to get to this brother here.
We are currently entering an era where the so-called white American does not care about your feelings.
They don't.
Yes. As a black American.
And why should you care about theirs?
Many white Americans do not care about your feelings. Right now, it's fuck your feelings. I don't care if you call me a racist. Oh yeah, that's the attitude with many white Americans in today's world. And guess what? Call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I'm happy that this is happening. I am. See, because for decades, and I mean decades, the white American has to walk on eggshells of trying not to offend the so-called black American by making them feel like they're less than. See, whatever the white American does or say, they are easily labeled a racist, and it ruins their livelihood because they're scared to offend the black American.
And I notice most white people tend to be more apologetic about everything. It baffles me, because why are you apologizing for stuff that happened years ago, even though you ain't had nothing to do with it? I never been through it. So why is there so much need for an apology? It seemed to be so much these white apologists. And that tend to pisses you off, because all it does, not only does it reunite the past, but he's just going through something and you like, well, I never been through it. So why should it matter to you? It's just a crazy mindset this world have, man.
At least that was one that the eggshell era is over.
Shit.
Yes, the eggshell era has come to an end.
I skipped the video. I messed that video up. My fault.
I agree.
I missed that video. I skipped it. Okay, I'm gonna get it back to the. That was my fault, people. I messed that. I messed that one up. But I'm gonna get it back to where he said it where he left off at. I apologize for that.
Are currently entering an
Come on. So now I'm having a bit of technical difficulties. But
say they're easily labeled
okay.
and racist, and it ruins their livelihood because they don't want. They're scared to offend the Black American. At least that was one. That was a point in time. Today, complete opposite. Fuck your feelings. I don't care anymore. Have you seen the amount of so-called blackface content released this year? A bunch of them.
It's a whole lot of
A bunch of them. That's basically them saying, fuck your feelings. And you know what's even crazier? Many white Americans are not even racist. That's the whole point. They're not even racist. They're not even terrible people. Of course, some of them are, but everyone's racist. But my point is,
they are some
many
racist.
of them are not even racist, but they can easily be labeled one by doing something or saying something. They can easily be labeled a racist, and they know this. I know this. But like I said, we're now entering an era where they just do not care anymore. And it's beautiful. It is dope. I'm happy more of them are becoming vocal, and they're deciding to stop walking on eggshells of trying not to offend the so-called Black American. Right now, it is fuck your feelings, and I'm happy it's happening.
Well, there you have it, people. You know, I got to give the same old song and dance. We just tired of it, man. And you know, people like me and that's in my circle, we just get tired of hearing the nonsense, man. Because these people ain't stopping you for doing whatever you want to do. It's just the mindset where you just feel you just keep this oppressive mindset where you just feel like everybody's out to get you, and we are on enemy to each other. So enough. Y'all leave a comment down below. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Are most black people, the black culture, I should say, is in the oppressed mind state, or they just always in this still with this victim mindset things, or is it just really racism still all the way around? Y'all leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. I'm out. Peace.